Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to the Banished Vault. It is a fairly complex and very original space exploration game where you're flying through interstellar space on effectively a Gothic cathedral turns colony ship, and you are trying to flee from something called the Gloom, which is destroying everything in its wake. And so we're just gonna start a new journey. I've already done the tutorial, and I kind of know what I'm doing. Not that well, but at least we can kind of skip to the good stuff, sort of. The stars have been inhabited for the greater part of a millennia. Through wars, plague, and expansion, the interstellar churches have endured. For generations, the churches strengthened their control over stasis, a hybrid matrix that sustains life for the long hibernation of interstellar travel. They send vaults, vast monastery cities, built for tens of thousands to explore and colonize new worlds. On the fringes of territorial space, a colony mission conducted by the Auriga Vault discovers a phenomenon they christen the Gloom. It summarily annihilates the settlers, leaving behind only a meager crew of exiles. The exiles flee to new solar systems, relentlessly pursued by the Gloom. They gather resources from planets to create more stasis, before being compelled to return to hibernation. They resolve to undertake a new task, to write a chronicle of their journey and transmit it home. We've arrived at the star Funirlat. Hibernation is slow and usually painful. Stasis keeps the body alive, but does not alleviate the pain. It is a blessing that we can sleep through the process. Alright, so we've got three planets to go to, each with their own resources. This one has carbon dioxide, water, titanium, and silica. This one has probably magnesium, carbon dioxide, titanium, and a lot of iron. No water, though. So to some degree, what we need to do is figure out how to set up on each of these. I have 3 ships. One's a big chunker, and we've got some other ones. I guess let's set up with one character. Oh, I only have 4 characters to pull from here, but a lot of resources. What is this? Alloy for building, compound for buildings and ships, and a lot more iron. Okay, so I'm just gonna set this up with these. This is my second attempt doing a video. So I'm going to take these 2 lads, put them on rib 19, and we're just going to send them over here. Oops. Let's see. How much fuel energy can I have? If I use this engine... There. 2 turns costs me 7 to get over here. Do we want to bring anything else with me? Let's cancel this. How much would it cost? 20 energy to go down there. More than half my fuel. So if I go here, I guess we'll just bring a second stack with me. Ooh. How much did it cost for 5? It costs 5. So we're going to do 5, giving me just enough inventory space to have a full stack of fuel to leave. I don't know how much of this stuff we're actually going to be going for here, is the one unfortunate part. But we're going to need as much of that iron as we possibly can snag. The one thing I could do is I could use the thicker engine or a bigger ship. Neither of which I'm particularly keen on at the moment, because just getting around and grabbing these is going to be a problem. I'm going to mostly ignore this one because it's just a little too far away. We can also build orbital facilities. I could actually build something here to gather things. It requires just 10 energy. Oh, interesting. On a per turn basis, if you go slower, it's actually way cheaper. That there's diminishing returns on how much fuel you can throw at a situation. Useful. Ship thrust is 1, because this one reduces... Okay. This is a learning process. And I'm getting there. Because 4 thrust... What if we swap them? So it costs more, but I would have a little bit more inventory space. Yeah, maybe we do that. I'm gonna check one other thing. Does the distance traveled cost more? The answer is no. Yeah, so I think for now I'm just gonna bring a bigger engine, and we're just gonna send these guys over with hopefully enough iron that they can build a couple of facilities. We have the ability to gather iron while we're there, so I don't think we're gonna need more than this. Start maneuver. Okay, next up, we have 2 ships. We've got a big chunker, which I think is gonna be what we need. And I only unfortunately have 2 people for this one. And because it's a big chunker, we're probably going to need that efficiency. We need 3 energy to get there. So one energy fuel just to get... Okay, perfect. So fuel energy will get me straight to this. How much would it cost? 11 energy. So presumably another 8 on the next day. So it's going to cost 1 fuel to get there, 3 more to get back, and I don't know how much to leave. But we are going to be able to... we are going to be able to produce fuel on site. So I think I'm just going to take 6 iron with me. I don't know... I could bring the water along. Okay, so let's also take all of the water over. I don't know if I can do anything else with it, to be honest. But I might as well convert it over into fuel. This might be one of those where we set up a fuel foundry over here, work it, but specifically have one of the characters, like, bringing stuff to and from. Because we got 30 turns before we have to leave, and we can hold up to 8 stasis. We only need 4 at the moment. Do we even need anything else? No, because I can make fuel there. Unless I want to bring more iron along. I don't know, let's be silly. Let's bring a lot of it. This might be one of those that, like I said, we do this in kind of turns. It's only going to cost 1 fuel energy there. Oh, and then energy 8. And thrust 2. Oh, it's telling me. Yeah, so we should have enough fuel to go here, land, and then leave. We might have to make some, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, anything else? No, end turn. The one thing I can do here that I haven't shown off is we do have the ability. There's carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. I could actually build a couple of things if I wanted to. We have a CO2 harvester. Oh, it requires titanium. Never mind, we don't have that. I suppose maybe I should have brought that along. Well, learning. Okay, swap the engines. Select the location. Oh, that's a little bit more fuel than I thought it was going to require to land, but, well, I did say I was going to be building some fuel refineries. Let's see. We've got a couple of things here. We've got titanium, but depth 1. So we need a resource scanner. Is it a resource scanner or is it a resource excavator? I have no idea. I'm going to move this guy over for the time being. So, first and foremost, stasis. I haven't even looked at what stasis requires. Actually, if I check the game manual, it'll tell me. So we need titanium, carbon dioxide, and water. Oh. The carbon dioxide is in the atmosphere. I suppose that's fine. But I might have to do a delivery to bring it over. Yeah, atmosphere has carbon. But the planet also did. It looks like it does. Or, oh, I see. It just harvests carbon dioxide. Okay, so yeah, we should actually be able to build plenty of stasis just by being here. So first and foremost, let's get the water harvester down. If I can. Okay, requires 2 iron. We have a character. Just move it over. Construct. Labor has no actions. And I might have to swap these characters. So let's end turn everybody's out of actions. No inputs necessary. So we can just gain as much water as we want. Oh, and we gain 2 actions back by being here. He might not gain any actions back by being on the ship. Okay, that could be a bit of an issue. So convert. Fuel producer. 1 iron, 1 titanium. Cancel that for a second. Fuel producer. Put it a little further back if we can. We got plenty of space. Okay, so one water becomes a lot of fuel. So that's a good sign. Let's move this over. So in that case, maybe the water production is slightly unnecessary. So other things that we're going to need... let's go back to the map, because it's time to look at these guys. Energy is 3. Make that. Swap them. I might be able to make the landing now. Okay, hopefully I have enough energy for this. So what do we actually need here? If I go back to map, it's 10 energy to get out. So we have enough to leave. So I think what we do is we just take these 2 guys and get as much of something as possible. I'm a big fan of... interesting thing of note is there does seem to be kind of a supply of some of the resources that we're looking for. They don't have any carbon. We don't need titanium that bad. And there is methane. So I think we might want to grab a methane harvester just because we don't have any of it in store. And then otherwise just grab as much iron as we can pack onto the ship and then just leave. Probably. Because if I go back out to the map, yeah, this has no iron, so we're going to have to restock somehow. Oh. So it looks like some of them have... Oh, if they're on the ship, they get more energy. Or, no, it's the planet. Oh, clever. So what I want to do is put this reasonably far away from everything. Construct that, so now we can get titanium. Stasis producer. Oh, it requires an alloy. What does alloy require? Because I have... that sucks. So that means we are going to have somebody go get more. I guess we can have the other ship? I wonder if we can have 2 ships. Yeah, we could probably have 2 ships in the same location. Okay, so we're going to need the stasis producer. However, it requires alloy that we don't have. I could make alloy here. We do have just... We do actually have enough iron, so maybe we're fine. I wish I knew what its footprint looked like. 1 invalid tile. Really? Three invalid tiles. I suppose it must be bigger than I think it is. Unless... I can put it up here. No. Because the stasis producer has to go here. There's no way to rotate these. Ah, but we need the titanium. At least the titanium harvester is reasonably cheap. Okay, let's swap them. So let's just get those two. We don't want to end turn. If I do this, it just pulls me right over. Perfect. So I think these lads, we're just going to grab everything. We're going to ignore the carbon, stack the iron. Insufficient resources, of course. And I could get a titanium harvester down as well, if I really want to. Yeah, we have a full stack. So these two guys are just going to hang out here. Wait. Artifacts remaining. Knowledge value. Okay. That changes things a little bit, but not too much. That means next round we're gonna have Rib 19 leave, and maybe just bring the alloy over. We'll just gather resources in the time for the time being, and this guy will just alternate between getting 18, more or less, get the remaining debris, and then 18 iron and then 9 titanium, and then we'll just leave with them as well. Anything else? I think everybody else is done. Yeah, they all seem to have a knowledge value of 5. I'll have to figure out what to even do with them. Elixir production, fuel, and we have a scriptorium, but that's for a hollowed planet, and we don't. I don't even know. I don't know what any of that is, unless this one might actually be a hollowed planet. I have no way of knowing. Let me check the game manual. We do have this. Oh, constructing a stasis producer requires alloy, iron, and titanium. That would have actually been useful if I paid attention. Okay. How to complete your journey. To complete your journey in the game, you must complete 4 entries in the Chronicle of the Riga Vault. Scribing an entry into the Chronicle requires visiting a hollowed planet, constructing a scriptorium there. Each hollow planet allows only 1 scriptorium. Once it's constructed, the entry is written. We only have to do this 4 times, so that's actually kind of useful knowing it's there. They are kind of expensive, but it's fine. Okay, so we've got our energy back. This guy is about as loaded as I'm going to be able to get it. For the time being. So we're just going to have him blast off. And start heading for home. Okay, let's go back in here. I wish I had some more people. The other iteration of this I played, I had a lot more. So, we have a fuel producer, a resource excavator, and a titanium harvester. Yeah, I have to decide exactly what I want to do with this one. Oh, and do we have any artifacts? Do I just put this down here? Because we have titanium, water, and CO2. Which I believe is the recipe to make stasis. Titanium, carbon, water. Okay. Yeah, we don't have too much of those, so we're going to construct. This is the only place I can make it. I do have these artifacts, though. Yeah. Let's start moving those over. We can do a trip. Okay. Then if I go back to this guy, he can still do a thing. He has no more actions. And turn. Let's hope I get more than that. Okay. More artifacts? We are full up. Let's see. Nobody has anything else, so let's just pass the time. I think I'm gonna have to go to the fuel producer, create a little bit more. I don't know how much this one's going to need, but at this point, this guy is stacked. So we should get him out. And then hopefully getting home ain't gonna cost nearly as much. Swap them. Okay, start maneuver. It doesn't have enough, but it's okay. So who is here? Yeah, we've got Flame 80. We've got this one. So we've got these three. Ah, so we just gain the knowledge. Survey? Oh. Yeah, so we don't know what resources we need. Oh, we need 8 stasis to get there. Got it. Chronicle is that. Anything else? No. So first and foremost, I think that required the same amount of power. Yeah, do we have them do anything else, or is it the same trip again? Kind of costly on fuel, but I have a lot, and I can potentially do another trip to get more. The interesting thing I could also try. Okay, if I have 4.6, where can I go? It only requires 1 fuel energy. It requires 7. I wonder if I can actually go from here to here without spending too much. But if I spend 2 fuel to get here, then I should be able to go down and land. Okay. So ship's not moving. Yeah, so that's rib 19. Huh. I don't know why I can't select the other one. Alright, whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's go in. So, we've got all of the artifacts. Have no idea what knowledge is even used for. Can I check the game manual? Topics. Artifacts. While your exiles are hibernating in between solar systems, you may spend knowledge to unlock new buildings, engines, ships, and abilities. Ah. To unlock them, we need knowledge. Okay. So how do we want to do this one? I'm going to need oodles of fuel. I guess that's just going to be what he does for the time being. So let's go back to harvest. Harvest? Iron harvester? Oh, I see. I don't want to put it down. We just have to use it. Yeah, I'll just keep working on that. Okay. So move all the artifacts over. So it's going to cost vaguely... I guess I might as well bring a lot of fuel with, as well as 2 alloy. And I don't think I want to bother with the carbon harvester. I could, but I don't think I can do anything with it. I think we need to leave a laborer there, and we just don't have enough characters for that. I have a whole extra ship that I don't know what to do with. I know we're going to have random events, and that's probably where we have to worry about ship condition and some other things. So, we have a lot of water, so I don't think we need to harvest anymore. We've got titanium. We don't have any carbon dioxide. So I guess I'll just do that. I'm assuming I'm going to need at least 8. Let's see. That's going to cost 5 fuel. Otherwise, if I go here... Can I get up to 10? Yeah, so I think it'd actually be cheaper if I do a 1 burst and then a 3. Because of how diminishing returns work. That might have cost me an action, I guess, is the one downside. I don't know. Okay, and we just have Villainous. So swap these two. Just a little bit more. It's fine. 5 fuel, we'll have plenty. It only costs 1 fuel to get from here to here. At least now we can actually make the converter that we need. I'll probably keep him present for a moment. Okay, convert stasis producer. Oh. It only required 1. I am but a fool. Insufficient resources. Water, titanium, carbon. Oh. Okay, so we have some, but I'm almost going to need all hands on deck for the rest of this, kind of. Where's the ship? Oh, it hasn't landed yet. There we go. Got plenty of fuel to make the trip back. Do we just send them off immediately? Yeah. Because this guy doesn't... This guy's just gonna keep, harvesting 1 more iron and 3 titanium. As soon as we're done with this planet, this guy can just peace and go do other things. If I go back to buildings, structure, scriptorium. I have enough. Technically. Okay, so let's just return to map. Guy has the most expensive job. Require 9. That would require 3. I think it's probably better that we just go all in. Okay, anybody else have any more turns? No. I can definitely see this being one of those acquired taste games that some people are going to go absolutely bananas for. And a lot of other people are going to be like, this is kind of rough. I'm thoroughly enjoying what I'm seeing though. Let's move the let's move this over plus the fuel. Let's see. I don't think we're going to need any more iron. So I'm going to take that and the silica off preemptively. I think I'm going to just leave him here just for a moment, seeing as we need more stuff. No reason to bring him out yet. Because I might as well do some things. We could also do a bunch of fuel conversions just to fill this ship out. Because we're going to have to do a lot of trips here. That's the kind of rough part. And I only have 20 turns left. I've already done most of what I need. Oh. Don't end my turn. We've still got actions on Attillo. But pretty soon he's going to be ready to go as well. I don't know what I'm going to do with him beyond this, actually. Because yeah, he's just gonna be sitting there, I suppose. Need 8 more. Guess I'm gonna need a lot of carbon dioxide. I think I'm gonna need help with this one. But I might actually, yeah. I wish I hadn't quite done what I've done. Because the problem is, I need 1 alloy. Well, how did it work again? It's 3 fuel, 3 fuel, 3 fuel. Unless I'm entirely mistaken. So 3 fuel to get there, 3 fuel to go down, 3 fuel to come back, and 3... Okay. So I think I'm just going to do that. And then after this, we will do one last run. Just 1 character on 1 ship with both of the alloys and elixirs. Okay. But this is Attillo. Unfortunately, this lad really does not have much to do. I guess I could... No, there's no point in making a methane harvester. So in that case, these guys should quickly respec for fuel for a little while. Because I'm going to need to make a trip. And bring some of this out. Yeah, sadly, Attillo has nothing. Until the other guy shows up. And even then, they're just going to be leaving. Yeah, just end turn. Kind of sucks to have 1 character that just can't do anything. It would be kind of neat if I could have a character just generate. I flubbed it. I brought too much. 3 too much, of course. Well, this is more valuable than 1 water's worth of fuel. It just sucks to waste. Swap these two. Yeah, one bit of carbon dioxide isn't too bad. Go back to map. Okay. Oh, this will work, because then I can transfer one of my extra guys. Okay. I think he's full up. Let's go back to map. Gonna cost me half a stack of fuel to even just get out here, but I mean, what else am I to do? Okay, is there anything else? No. So these two will make an exchange. So this guy, one of the 2 guys from this will actually just join this one, and then the pilot will fly out here, and grab as much as possible. Or grab as many artifacts as possible while also building the scriptorium. Do we have any other actions? No. Okay, ship is moving. They cannot do any more. So we want to move those over. Get the iron. Let's see. How much is it? So it's 1 over here, and then 5 fuel to land. But we only need so much. Yeah, it should be exactly that. We want to travel as lean as possible, so we have as much space as possible. I like to be efficient here, but it'd be a mistake to do anything else. Okay, so you're going to need to do a couple of different things. Let's just do the carbon for now. And turn. The fact that this only lets me do 3 things per turn is kind of rough. Okay. So I'm going to swap some of these out. Take that full stack of fuel. It might have to be 2 full stacks of fuel. Ooh, those diminishing returns. So it's going to cost 4 fuel to get to and from. Oh. Oh, lucky me. We don't need the big thrusters. Okay, so in that case, that costs 18. But I can do one fuel here. And then probably a couple more. We're just going to put those 2 down. I want to... Nope, not the energy calculator. I want to check one more thing. Buildings. Constructed buildings, operating buildings, artifacts. Tips and tricks. Nah. I guess I'm just going to close the manual. We're going to go back in here. I don't actually want to build it. I just want to see how much does it cost once again to make a scriptorium. Okay, cool. So I was right on that account at the very least. Okay. We're just going to move him over here. And... yeah, we don't need to bring anything with us. Let's go here, land, and then we'll have some extra people to work. Because we're going to want as much stasis and fuel as we possibly can leave with. I think they're good. Alright, next order of business, you. I just have to calculate this a little bit more. So that's going to cost 1. Energy 2. Yeah, the main question is, how much is it going to cost from here to here? Is it on a per segment basis? Oof. I have no idea. I think I'm just going to be cautious and bring as much fuel as I can, because it would suck if I actually left them stranded. Because, yeah, I wish I could check on a per segment basis how much power this is going to cost. Unless it is telling me. It is. Okay, each of these stretches. Okay, so if I want to go energy 7, energy 6, energy 1, energy 4. Okay, so I can math this a little bit more. So here just requires energy 7. This is going to require energy 13. So that's going to be 3 fuel. So 1, 3 more. Let's see. Then almost nothing. Because, yeah, energy 1, energy 4, energy 2. That's why it costs only that much. So if this costs 5... so it... 1 fuel... 4 fuel... 1 fuel. So that's 6. Doubled. 12? Yeah, so in that case, I can bring 2 stacks of this. Or no, not quite 2 stacks of fuel. Because we have 18. It's going to cost me 6 to get here. And so rather than dumping that 3 fuel, we're going to bring 15 with us. That should be more than enough to pay for extra without any limitations. Alright, start maneuver. Hopefully, I did my math right on that one. Because this is very much a game about scarcity. And it would suck if I was off by any amount. Alright, cool. So we've got some extra. We can get a little bit more stasis. Move him over. Yeah, we're just going to have these 3 lads working. So we have almost enough stasis at this point to leave. We don't want to. We've still got things to do. Let's see. But nothing here. Okay, let's go back to map. Let's take a look at you. See how correct I was. You're not the right one. Stop. Energy 15. Yep. Alright, cool. Back to this group. We need... we need carbon. We need water. I kind of wish I could actually have just all of my dudes on the planet. We need water. And then we need titanium. Because it'd almost be kind of nicer if just every character added X amount to the action pool. So if these 3 guys were all assigned as laborers to the area, they would have an action pool of 6, and I can just pull from that every turn. It's fine, but lightly convenient. Alright, so let's take a look at him. And I land. I was off by 1. You know, all things considered, that's hardly an issue. Can I take a look at this? What does it want? Structure. Hallowed. Is it just that it is hallowed? And yeah, I could have gotten an orbital structure and a stellar surveyor, but I just don't think it's worth my time or effort. Better to just be abnormally prepared. Okay, how many artifacts do we have? No artifacts remaining, so in fact I don't even need to lose anything. But labor has no actions. Okay, so let's go back over to these guys. Wish that would auto stack. So I think I should probably, I mean, it would be great if I could actually make at least 7 more stasis, just as kind of preempting the next set of work. But after a certain point, I think I'm gonna have to focus really hard on titanium fuel, as we are kind of low on it. I might just have the other guy come back straight to this planet instead. Alright, let's go over to Attillo. Construct. A grand discovery greeted the settlers on the open plain. Storms thundered overhead, but the structure glowed with an energy never before catalogued. No one present could agree on its precise shape, yet all could feel its loving warmth. Alright, so we've done that. There are no more artifacts. Ah, there's some resources I might as well snag and bring back. Anything else? Missing navigator, of course. Return to map. So where are we going? Probably just here. I don't think we want to go out this direction, because that's going to cost me 5 fuel, as opposed to the or it would potentially take, yeah. Maybe not. Do I? Maybe I want to just be faster with this. I really wish I could move to beyond just these pluses, like to these spots instead. It's kind of odd that we have to go here and here, whereas like I'd really like to just stop at this path. But it's part of the challenge. Yeah, so the question is, do we want to save time? Time is money here. How much would it take as a full burn to get home? Oh, 23? Oh, maybe I should just start taking the direct route then. I should have probably tried that right from the get-go. Oh, that's probably where my 12 calculation came from. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so that's 7. That'll leave me 11. If I could get 5 more. Can I get 5 more? That one's tough. Yeah, what do we need to make an elixir producer? Iron and titanium. Makes it from water and methane, so I'll have to keep that in mind for another day. Because I think we are actually going to want that. Well, I don't have anything else to do. So he's out of things to do. I think here's my solution. Let's just go bananas with our fuel production until we've got a full load. Then we make as much stasis as we can before we escape. It is going to take me 1 turn to get back. So I could potentially redline this down to, like, 2 turns left. If I really wanted to. Guess what? I do. I don't actually know how hard this game is, but I figure the more absurd I am right from the get-go, the better. Because if I can, I mean, I've already visited hallowed ground. That in and of itself is huge. And we don't want to leave enough space for a second bit of stasis. But yeah, if I'm well and over prepared here, then the next region should be even easier, especially if I'm spending knowledge and all sorts of things. Let's see. I'm only gonna need 2 water for the final bit of fuel. Okay, I think we actually will be able to get the stasis that I'm looking for. And Attila is back. Let's just transfer these over. Is it worth the fuel and the effort to come over here? How much does it cost me with this to get up to 8? So it's 4 fuel to get over, 4 fuel to get back. I have enough. He doesn't have anything better to do. And we're here for 8 turns, and that'll give me 3 more bits of storage that I can potentially grab some things. Yeah, I think it's very worthwhile. Alright, end turn. Because he will arrive now. And this way we will have a bunch of characters ready and able to actually do some work. So I might as well do water, titanium, and carbon dioxide. Oh, that's perfect. Kind of. So we'll just have my last man alternate between burning off that extra fuel and making some more stasis. There we go. Like I said, wish I could just put all of these guys into one universal action pool here. So I think I'm gonna have to leave with 2 turns remaining. Oops. That ain't doing me any good. There we go. Yep, stacks up to 9. Okay, so that leaves me with 15. And we're full up on fuel. Nothing else there. Nobody has any more actions. Why don't we take a moment? Let's fill up on fuel. And none of these characters have special skills. We can just do whatever. But yeah, let's just take a moment, grab as much fuel as we can. I could also just take the silica with me as well. I think that might actually be worth it. Because I'm leaving next turn. Even if I'm doing better than I think I am. And have more time than I think I do. Okay. Yeah, we're leaving with way more than I was even expecting here. We still have a little bit more. Let's get some water. I think I can live without the fuel. Because if I can avoid making stasis for an entire region, that would be better. Okay, nobody has any more actions. Cool. So, we can make one more. You know, I suppose that works out about as well as we possibly could. So we're leaving this planet with 16, we're going to have 20 stasis and oodles of fuel. My two pilots are about as stacked as they can get. I think the ship mass might have gone up. Oh, no. Sorry. That's the issue. Alright. Okay, we need 8 to get out. And 1 to get over. 1 turn. Smooth escape, though. Actually, I don't know if I need to even transfer this many resources. I do kind of wish I could sort this thing. Oh, interesting. Stasis is stored here. Alright, let's make sure every single one of my ships is... Oops. There we go. I'm just going to make sure all of my ships are nice and set. Did I forget a man? I forgot a man! I forgot to take him off! Alright. Oh, that's... Well, let's see what happens when the gloom catches up with me, I suppose. Because honestly, oh well. I goofed it hard. It's gonna cost me all of 1 energy to get there. End turn. Oh. When it started, we lost half our population overnight. Since then, our losses have conformed to a Neparian progression. Over the course of several lived years, we have transmitted our initial findings, but further study would be suicide. I think we might have lucked out. Because this guy can take over. Oh, that was a gross waste of fuel. But we saved our lad. Yeah, so we've lost access to this. So effectively, the farther out you are... Oh, did the sun get creepy? The more planets you are between you and the sun, the more turns you have to escape. Presumably, as long as you're one step ahead of the curve, you actually have at least a couple of turns if you wanted to. But yeah, would rather not do that. All right. So all of my exiles will lose 1 faith on hibernating. Let's see what the knowledge is. Stasis require. All right. Confirm hibernation. We have a lot of knowledge and a bunch of extra. Abilities. 1 extra blueprint to purchase. Oh, so we can just spend knowledge on this. 4 iron when entering a new system. Increase the action restore value of this region by 1. Ooh, but only this region. Artifact value increased by 5 when submitted to the vault. Surface observatory reveals the terrain and hazards on the surface of the planet. All resources at depth 2. So we have abilities and blueprints. Well, I have a lot of knowledge. Honestly, power generator might be a good call. I'm gonna... Oh. When adjacent when piloting hazards on locations. What does that mean? Okay, so who is our pilot? He feels like my pilot. I mean, I suppose I can get all of them. Hopefully I can replace these at some point. Hibernation is slow and usually painful. Stasis keeps the body alive. Okay, we've already read that. Oh, this is so much bigger and more complex. Plus side, wait, this one, these have negatives. There's something bad about those areas. I knew this was too good to be true. Yeah, gas giant with a bunch of moons that can be landed on. But it seems like there's maybe things that I have to worry about. What does this even mean? Meteor shower, strength 3, potential outcomes, lose all faith, lose 1 to 5 cargo. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. This is, kind of a merciless game. I could just leave. Like, it wouldn't even be that punishing for me to just say no. However, that's silly. I should probably see as much as possible. But we're in a good stopping point, at least for now. I really wish, the only thing I wish that this game didn't, had, I wish I could save. I know it's kind of roguelike-y and you're really supposed to accept your consequences, but on the flip side, I don't know. This is not the kind of game where... This is not the kind of game where consequences feel good. It almost always is just like, oh, I left my guy on the planet, and now he is dead. Oops, I wish I could have undone done that by like 2 turns. I'm sure once you like get good enough and you know all these things, it's not a problem, but I am just a little bit too much of a haphazard individual. Oh, this means that there's a ring, probably. Maybe? I don't know. I wish some of these were a little bit clearer, or maybe it means there's nothing in those locations. Because this says carbon, methane, nothing, nothing, carbon, carbon. Yeah, it's probably it. Well, one way or another, I really do like this game. I think there's so much going for it, and it's such a weird, unique, and beautiful product. And I hope more people check it out. Or I hope people check it out. It's just too unusual on a market that is kind of overcrowded with the same old, same old. And I think there's a lot to love here. It might not be for everybody, but it's definitely going to be one of the most memorable games to come out of this year. So, with all of that said, if you guys want to play the Banished Vault yourselves, it's available on Steam right now, and it's super solid in my opinion. I mean, I've already been gushing about it a little bit. It's $25 normally, down to $22.50 for launch, and I think that's a fair price for what they're asking. And it does seem like it's got a fair bit of replayability too. Like, it is a roguelike, or at least very roguelike adjacent, with those power-ups and different abilities and stuff. So every playthrough is going to feel very different, which I think is neat. But with all of that said, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe, because I got tons to check out and show off. I feel like I've repeated myself somewhere in there, but I hope I certainly didn't. Anyway, with that, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.